Coach, first time out here this year, for me at least. You're back. You're the constant after another off season of offers and talks and one of the hottest commodities in the coaching world. You're back. How good does it feel to be back in Annapolis this year?
I'm excited. I like our team. Our guys have been working hard this summer. I thought we had a great off season with our strength staff, Coach Fitz and the staff. We've been going at close to 2 weeks, and I'm excited where we're at. I can see our legs are a little dead today, but our guys have been working really, really hard, and I like where we're at. We got a long ways to go. About 2.5 weeks before we head out to Honolulu, but I like where we're at this point.
Can you describe your comfort level with this program, what you've built, coming here every day?
Well, I don't know if I built. It's been a lot of people, but I love coming to work. I love the kids that I coach, love the guys that I work with. I don't feel like it's work when you come to work at the Naval Academy. And I'm really, like I said, I'm excited more so for our team because I feel like our guys have paid the price in off season, and I'm really looking forward to see what happens. But right now we're just in the grind of things, and we just got to stay in the moment. But excited about this team.
Just talk about Malcolm Perry and where he is as a quarterback right now. We've seen the running game, but where his passing game stands and what you're trying to develop with him.
Work in progress, but I thought he had a really good day today. Obviously he's got a great coach and Coach Jasper and coaching him, and I know he'll be ready. But I just love the maturation that he's had from spring ball to the off season to camp now, and he's got a ton of reps. I saw a great improvement today, but just every day he's getting better and better, and I'm excited. We all obviously, like you said, know that he's a dynamic runner, but trying to get the passing game in order so we can be a more diverse offense is a huge key for us.
Roughly 2 weeks until you guys do head to Hawaii. Where do you see the team? Where are you guys at in the development in the preseason?
Probably today I saw our legs a little bit dead. It's the first time I kind of saw us. I've been liking what I've seen so far. We don't have a ton of injuries from camp. Some of the guys have been injured, were injured prior to camp. And so, I like where we're at from that standpoint. So just managing our legs. You got to push through things, but, you can't be stupid also. We don't need a ton of hamstrings as we get closer. But I like where we're at. I know we're starting to get beat up a little bit. Just trying to manage us for the next 2.5 weeks to make sure that we're at our best, when we get to Hawaii.
Getting closer, when do you guys transition from preseason workouts and getting back into the grind of things and actually starting to focus on game plan type of practices towards Hawaii?
Monday.
Well,
Monday we'll come back. We got reformed this week. Basically, the brigade's coming back. Our kids will have to check in. There's a ton of briefs that they have to go to. So, we'll get through all of that, and then we'll start Monday. Class starts. These guys will get back into our normal routine, but it's full Hawaii, starting on Monday.
And then are there any players or position groups that are really starting to stand out, things that maybe have surprised you so far?
No, everybody's still a work in progress.
Fair enough. Thanks, Coach.
Special teams-wise, have you dialed down on who might be the kickoff and punt returner?
It's looking right now it's going to be between CJ. Williams is one of them. Jared Ryan is another punt return. Both guys are vying for punt return. Kick return, we got a few guys back there. But we're a little unsure on kickoff return because I have no idea what people are going to do.
Right.
Are people going to spray the ball around? Are they going to
I
squib
know.
it?
Things have changed.
Are they going to sky kick it? So we're trying to prepare for all scenarios. Get ready for a team that tries to spray the ball all over the place and squib it everywhere and, pooch kick it or sky kick it. So it'll be interesting to see, how the first week of games go, what people, what they do. So it's going to be a little different this year, and we'll kind of adjust on the run rights.
Talk about the strikers, because obviously you lost Jerry Thompson and Justin Norton, who got the bulk of reps. Nash, I know toward the end of last year started to come on and got more time, but really it's a new group. What do you think?
Pretty excited about this group. It's the position has kind of evolved over the last couple of years from an outside linebacker to kind of nickel position. So we've kind of been a little bit of misfit toys, a little bit, getting guys from other
Because
positions.
you weren't recruited. You didn't recruit to this position.
We have not recruited any strikers to this position right now. So all the guys that you'll see this year, even last year, played something else the year before. So,
but the current recruiting class you have.
Yes, we have. We've got a couple of guys that we've sent up to NAPS and guys that we're recruiting in this class.
You looked at specifically as strikers.
Correct.
Not
100%.
just guys you might convert.
Yeah, 100%. So the nice part about this group that we have right now, Nash, I mean, you got a chance to talk to him. He's a smart kid, but he's steady Eddie. I mean, like you kind of got that out of Jerry last year. And Evans come over and, learned a lot from quarterback, being able to bring, his insight from seeing the game from that perspective as a quarterback's helped him a lot in the transition. It really helped him in the spring because he started at safety. So he has a better understanding of what's happening behind him. Walt's coming back off an injury, but was really a guy last year, had he been healthy, been a guy that probably would have been in a rotation. And then Austin Loving, is a young guy that's coming along.
Loving,
he's a young guy that's coming along, also as a safety, really physical kid. So we've got a good group in there, and they work really hard. They're smart kids, and they kind of do whatever I ask them to do. Yeah.
What is Walt's situation right now? Is he
he's good.
Ready for Hawaii?
Yeah, he's good to go.
So he's full. Is he practicing fully?
Yeah, he's practicing fully. Yeah, for the last couple of days he's been full go.
Right, and I know the depth chart is, but I mean, it looks like right now it's Elon, Falkman, and then Talbert Loving and Walter kind of fighting.
And really, what ideally, how I've always been in my coaching career, like you've got to play multiple guys. I mean, like for us at that position, I've coached that position for a long time. You're gonna get banged up, and somebody's gonna get hurt. That was what I preached Nash last year. He wasn't getting a lot of reps, and I kept telling him, "Hey, look, somebody's gonna get hurt. We're gonna have to go." And so, really, we don't have a depth chart in our meeting room.
Really,
we just kind of roll. So because all those guys have to be ready. 1 week it could be you could run down on kickoff, and next thing you know, like Walt's up or Nash is up or Lovin's up. So we kind of keep it fluid. Try and get those guys as many reps as we can, so that they're all ready if we need to call on them.
So have you noticed, I mean, in the last couple of years since you kind of do opponents try to isolate that striker thinking that he could be a guy they could beat with a really fast receiver? I mean,
yeah, they do and they don't. The reason, we do a lot with that guy, and so it's really hard to figure out what he's doing.
Right.
And so we like last year we had some trouble with isolation on that guy, and we weren't as great man coverage wise last year. This group's a little bit better, so I'm not as worried about them out there by themselves. But in the same token, we the way that guy's built into our defense, he's gonna really destroy he's trying to destroy the pre-snap read of the quarterback all the time, because so many offenses read that guy as the overhang. So he does a lot to where it's really hard to isolate that guy because you don't know if you're isolating him or not.
Right. But the bottom line is that the group you have, you feel comfortable that they can both cover a slot
100%.
or if needed in run support, they can get the job done.
Yeah, and in the run game, we teach that guy to be able to be successful in the run game based on what he can do. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to teach him a lot differently than we teach Hudson Sullivan.
Right.
So we're going to teach that guy to use his speed to his advantage, foot fakes, head fakes, all that stuff. And
don't try to take on a 300-pound offensive tackle.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right. And Falkman's making the transition.
Oh yeah, he's been awesome. I mean, for a guy that's really never played defense, I mean, you would coming after spring, he only had really 6 practices in the spring, and like by practice 3, you're like, holy smokes, this dude's kind of picking this up a lot quicker than we thought he would. And Evan's a great athlete. I mean, you watched him at quarterback, you watched him at high school as a quarterback, pulling the ball down and running. So like, we kind of, he was one of those kids where you're like, hey, if quarterback doesn't work out, he could be a receiver, he could be a safety, he could be a striker, he could be a corner. So for him, it's just been really a pleasant surprise that he picked it up as quickly as he had. We knew he could do it athletically, but the mental part of it has been really a surprise that he's picked it up that quickly.
Right now, you're atop the depth chart. Just talk about the responsibility you face.
Well, last year, Jerry and Nort, those guys really started the position. They were the first ones to play in the new striker system. And they did a really good job showing us the way the position was to be played and did a good job taking us under their wing, me and Walter Little and ATL were both all three of us were in the room last year and learned a lot from those guys. So with them gone, we've really got the opportunity to start showing what we've been able to do. And it's a really competitive room. Everybody in the room can really definitely play. So it's been good that everyone's been able to get a lot of reps and really improve during the fall.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but last year I think that it was Jerry that got hurt toward the end of last year. He had banged up a little bit. Didn't you start to see more game reps toward the end of the last year? Like in particular, I remember seeing you on the field a lot against Houston.
Yes, Jerry broke his forearm during Notre Dame. That was the first time I was thrown in and got reps at striker. And then he was out for the rest of the season, unfortunately. And after that, I started playing striker in every single game with kind of a relief role to Nort, which I think will help me a lot this year, knowing that I already have a little game experience under my belt. So it won't be as different when I start taking on a full-time role this year.
So you were recruited here as a safety?
I was actually recruited as a corner. I played corner all through high school, and I played corner freshman year here. And then it was the spring of my freshman year that I got moved to striker, which I think was a great move for me.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, it's a little bit different role. It's one level up. I'm guessing you were a D-back in high school.
Yes.
I mean, what do you think about this role? Because it is a hybrid role. They're going to ask you to, got run support at times, and you may be taking on a big lineman, and at others you're in pass coverage. It's a real important role in Navy's defense.
I think the experience playing corner has helped me tremendously with being that linebacker who can really cover. I know it helps out in our secondary a lot with the DBs. I feel like they can trust me to, cover the curl flat, be that underneath guy because I understand the DB's role in the coverage. It was definitely a little bit of something I had to adapt to, is getting used to playing in the box, really banging in there with the big guys. But I think that came pretty easily. Just coach does a really good job helping us use our strengths. Like no matter what I do, I'm not going to be able to post up a tackle who's 300 pounds, but he's a good job of teaching us how to use our speed to our advantage so we can play in the box as the undersized guys that we are.
And obviously opponents, and especially in the American, that like to throw it around, they're going to try to isolate you guys. They look at you as kind of a linebacker, and they probably like to get a speed slot receiver going against you, thinking he can beat you. Can you talk about the responsibility you face with that?
Yeah, especially in our league, we play some of the most dangerous slot receivers that you'll see anywhere in the country. But I think teams will be very surprised that everybody in this room can cover really well. We're all good athletes. Everyone in the room has come from DB. So I think no one's afraid of any challenge that we'll get playing man-to-man coverage in the slot. And that's actually where most of us excel. And we all feel comfortable doing that.
A lot of things happened to you in the spring. You moved from quarterback to safety, and then just as fast as you got there, you got moved up to striker. I mean, what do you think of all that? I mean, you came here to be a quarterback. Are you disappointed that's not going to happen, or are you just happy to get on the field?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not too disappointed that it's happened. I'm just trying to get on the field, help my team any way I can. I like playing quarterback here, and I enjoyed being coached by Coach Jasper. But honestly, I was pretty far down the depth chart. So Coach Niema came up to me and said, "You have a better chance playing outside linebacker or safety, and we think you have a chance getting on the field." So I jumped at that. I just want to be on the field, help my team any way I can. So.
All right. Well, obviously, I mean, there's a chance you'll be playing this year, as opposed to if you've been a quarterback, you would not probably be playing this year.
Right. I wouldn't be traveling this year if I was a quarterback. So it's a big difference, and that's part of the reason why I'm very happy to be moved.
So remind us, how much did you play defense at Spalding? I know as your senior year, probably not a lot. You're too valuable at quarterback.
I played one play senior year, the very last play of the game, of our last game.
Right.
And besides that, I played sophomore year for a few games, but that's about it. I did all of the defensive drills in practice, and I feel pretty comfortable back there still, and I'm still learning, obviously. Coach Sykes is a great mentor, and along with all the old guys in the striker room, like Elon Nash and Walter Little, have really taught me a lot, and will continue to do so as I try to learn the position a little more.
And so when you first moved to safety, I mean, there was a couple practices where you made some big hits. I mean, being physical, that's something you feel like you can do, that you do. I don't know, as a quarterback at Spalding, did you like to try to deliver the blow as opposed to being hit?
I like delivering the blow, so I think I can do that, striker.